In this example, you're to factor the polynomial 24x to the fourth plus 40x cubed minus 6x squared minus 10x. So the first thing is, can we factor out a GCF? And in this case, if you notice, all of the coefficients are all divisible by 2. And also each term has an x, and the smallest power of the x's is to the first. So we could factor out 2x. And we'd have left over, let's see, that would be 12x cubed plus 20x squared minus 3x minus 5. And then we look inside the parentheses, and can we factor that any further? Well, we have 4 terms, so one thing you might think about is it's a factor by grouping. So let's try to do that. Let's group together the first pair of terms, the 12x cubed plus 20x squared. Group together the second pair of terms, but now since there is a minus sign between the second and third term, you factor out that minus sign, and you'd have inside the parentheses, after you factor out the minus sign, 3x plus 5. And then you look at each pair. Can you factor out a GCF from each pair? So from that 12x cubed plus 20x squared, we could factor out 4x squared. And we'd have left over 3x plus 5. Now, if you notice, that's what's inside the parentheses of the second one, and you can't factor out anything more from that 3x plus 5, but we could still put a 1 in front of that parentheses. So we'd have minus 1 times the quantity 3x plus 5. And now inside the big parentheses, we have the common binomial factor of the 3x plus 5. So we factor out that 3x plus 5. From the first term, we still have that 4x squared. And from the second term, we still have that minus 1. Now one thing to note, this one actually does factor even further. That 4x squared minus 1 is a difference of 2 squares. So this is 2x, that quantity squared, minus 1 squared. So that could be factored even further using that a squared minus b squared factors to a minus b times a plus b. So this factors to 2x times the quantity 3x plus 5 times 2x minus 1 times 2x plus 1. So we actually were able to factor that one even further. It's not always the case, but in this case it was.